Welcome, everyone. Glad to have you with us for this NBA Cup action. Alongside Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. Also joining us tonight is League Insider Shams Charania. Shams, we appreciate you being here for this one.
Always a pleasure, B.A. Thanks for having me drop by.
Brought your A game, I'm sure, partner.
A lot to talk about, B.A.
A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. The Twin Towers, Mobley and Allen, the combo inside. Mitchell and Hunter will be filling out the wings. And it's Garland in at the point. And for the Wizards, they've got C.J. McCollum, George out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Alexander Sarr, and it's Koulibaly in at the 2. And with the East looking wide open, Shams, the Cavs, one of those teams poised to capitalize.
Yeah, this is a team that's going to start year 2 under Coach Kenny Atkinson, and they've got the structure, they've got the pieces, and clearly the scar tissue the last couple of years, where they can get some motivation here and make a real run to the top in the Eastern Conference.
Boy, you know Cleveland is desperate to have a winner once again.
Yeah, and this team can finally be the ones to do it without LeBron James in the mix.
McCollum, Hunter with the rebound. To the middle, and stolen by Middleton. Koulibaly on the wing, and in the game with Boston, he did not play well. McCollum against Allen. McCollum's shot is off. And here comes Cleveland, coming off that win against the Sixers.
They were lights out from beyond the arc, and they spaced the floor beautifully in that one.
Yeah, and that made it difficult to stay connected to their shooting.
George for 3. That's good. And it's McCollum with the assist. And one thing you can say about today's NBA, Shams, it keeps you guessing.
Oh, does it? I mean, this is an era of wide open competition. We've seen the flattening of the lottery odds, the big comebacks, especially in the playoffs this past year, a different champion each season. These are exciting times to be sure, and I think continuingly with this collective bargaining agreement, we're going to see more and more parity in the league.
And a year-round news cycle, which is good for you.
I'll be ready, B.A. You know this is much more fun for me.
That one falls.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Koulibaly with it. Guarded now by Mitchell. Here's Middleton. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Pass to Mitchell. Outside Hunter. And here's Garland. Mobley, a screen on McCollum. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Garland. Rebound Washington. A tough loss coming against Boston in their last game.
It's a fine line between playing with urgency and being out of control. And they crossed that line.
I just think you have to place more value on your possessions. We see in this league quite a bit. The more wide open style can also lead to careless play.
Mobley finds Garland. Koulibaly against Mitchell. Pass to Allen. Sarr pulls it in. Wizards leading by 3. Inside. And it's Middleton finishing it off.
Oh, a beauty. Aggressive move by Middleton. Slamming it in to make a statement.
And so it's Garland who brings up the ball for the Cavaliers. Outside Hunter. Back to Garland. Fires the 3. And once again, off the mark by Cleveland. The Wizards have gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. For 3, McCollum. Hunter with the rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Out to Mobley. The 3. Drops in the 3.
And how about the fast shot by Mobley? Didn't need much time to get it in the air.
McCollum, the pass to Middleton. Outside Koulibaly. Over Mitchell. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's Washington up by 2. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And what do you think about how the Wizards are doing here?
Oh, what a first quarter. You love their willingness to make the extra pass.
It's reflected in their assist totals. This is a great start offensively.
They've got Marvin Bagley. Johnson is out there with Carlton Carrington. Then it's Kispert, and it's Champagnie at the power forward. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, going back a few years, Donovan Mitchell dealt with a lot of trade speculation. He said you don't realize how stressful it was until you're out of it. Now he says it's great to finally have that sense of peace. I love being in Cleveland, but there's more to be done. Back to you.
On a mission. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. The shot by Johnson, no good. The Cavs trailing. And almost all of the lottery picks in this year's draft coming out of college. Shams, what's changed over the years?
Yeah, these players in college are making so much money. In some ways, players that are going back to school at times are making just as much, if not more money than they would if they're being drafted. So the NIL money at play is the biggest story. Players no longer have to necessarily sacrifice their earnings. They can get the exposure. They can get the college experience, the big tournament. Also, they can get the big bag, the nice pocket change as well. So whether you stay in college or go to the NBA draft, whether you want to stay abroad, but in most cases enter college basketball, there's a lot of money there in NIL.
Game's popular as ever. Here's what Washington's going with right now. George, he's checked in for Gill. Koulibaly comes in for Kispert. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Johnson. Shams, with so many entertainment options out there, Commissioner Silver has said the league cannot be complacent.
Boy, is there ever. I mean, you think about the new TV deals, you think about the rise of social media. We're seeing so much innovation in this world, just in general, across all sports, and the NBA is no different. And certainly, the league office has been very proactive, looking to improve this product at every turn, and a lot of this is around social media and around the internet and around their young consumers and young fans.
Mitchell, here's Nance. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell.
Not an ideal start for them. The shots weren't dropping, but they're definitely surging now and could open this lead up even more.
Second quarter basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Pass to McCollum. The three is up. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. They're getting their first look of the season at Washington in this one.
Last year shows that having the better overall record doesn't mean you're going to dominate the lesser opponent.
Here's Wade. No made baskets yet. Nance finds Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Here's Tyson. Lets the three fly. Pure from three-point range.
Yeah, showing off the floor awareness right there. I love whenever Mitchell looks to share the wealth.
We've got a minute 48 left in the first half. And so now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys.
Trying anything now to get them out of this slump.
Trying to find a way to get some easy buckets. You don't want to just think you can shoot your way out of it.
So for Washington, Sarr comes in for Champagnie, and Chris Middleton is subbed in for Carrington. A different look for Cleveland. And there's a minute 45 left in the second period. Here's Sarr, and finished off by Sarr.
Every time I watch Sarr, I'm just amazed at how light off the floor he is.
Cleveland leading by 3. Here's Garland. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Count it. Good.
And their offensive execution has really picked up here in the second period.
All right, Shams, we know you got to hop back on your phone in case you have to break any news. Thank you for being with us here tonight. Great stuff.
Happy to be here, B.A. Thank you.
And as always, Shams with some great stuff there. I'll tell you what, this guy knows all when it comes to the NBA.
No doubt, Shams is the guy when you're looking for the inside scoop. So well connected and respected around the league.
And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. George outside. Pass to Middleton. Mobley with the block.
Man, Mobley is always lurking, ready to erase any shot that comes his way.
And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
Amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages them to keep attacking on the offensive end.
Mitchell's checked in for the Cavaliers. That's tipped. And so the ball out of bounds. Mobley touched it last. And though it's early, let's take a look at the cup standings.
Yeah, getting off to a hot start is really important in this tournament because there's so little margin for error.
There's 45 seconds left in the first half of this game. Fast break, Cleveland. Mitchell with the ball. Picked up by Coulibaly. Nails it from 3. And it's a 10-point Cavalier lead.
They're starting to pull away here as their shots keep falling.
Well, this run has given them a bit of separation, but few leads in this league are safe.
And so McCollum will bring it up for Washington. Looking ahead, they've got the Mavericks coming to town for their next one. That'll be the second and last game of a quick homestand. Middleton against Mobley. 6 on the shot clock. Can they get it? And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's going to be Evan Mobley.
A proven champion. Middleton is someone any team would love to have. A great player and a great locker room presence as well.
And he sinks the second. Here's Garland. 16 seconds left in the first half. Outside for Mitchell. Fires the 3. Sarr pulls it in. Beyond the arc. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we've reached halftime in this one. Cleveland on top, up 9. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Hi, everybody. We've got your favorite segment on tap as we check out how the Eastern Conference is shaping up.
I think for Cleveland, it's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team in the league.
Well, we knew they'd be good, but we didn't know they'd be this good. And now taking a look at that first half action, it was a less than ideal start for the Wizards.
This has been a struggle for them, to say the least. They're completely discombobulated. That's why they're shooting under 30%.
The truth hurts. Glad you could join us. Ryan Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books, one half to go. Evan Mobley really making a difference here.
There's virtually nothing you can do to stop him. I mean, you can't even contain him. He's been that great.
Well, this is the level of performance we've come to expect. What a half from him.
Cleveland leading by 9. Well, Grant, this is the third season under this front office for the Wizards.
And bringing experience from years working for the Oklahoma City Thunder, their commitment level to building the right way is rock solid.
On the court right now for Cleveland. Mitchell and Hunter will be filling out the wings. The Twin Towers, Mobley and Allen, the combo inside. And it's Garland in at the 1. Outside Coulibaly. Back to McCollum. Mobley against Middleton. Just 5 to shoot. Let's go with a 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Pass to Garland. Hunter on the wing. George defending. Hunter passes to Mobley. Now here's Garland. And a miss there on the triple.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
To the paint. Here's Middleton. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Grant, in recent seasons, the big limiter on Chris Middleton's game has been health.
Yeah, BA, and it's just so frustrating. Here's a high-impact player, an all-star, and he's always having to come back from something. Not what you want for anyone.
That free throw good from Middleton. And Legs, you think back to a few decades ago, we had some fierce rivalries in this league. What constitutes a rivalry nowadays?
Well, BA, it's much more difficult to find those long-term heated rivalries like years past, and that's primarily because of the parity and player movement that we have in the league now.
Grant, you're involved with helping the NBA grow the game globally. How important are those initiatives?
You know, BA, it's very important to watch how the game has grown over the last 30 years that I've been connected with the NBA. Is quite staggering, but there's more work to be done. So every initiative, every appearance, every camp, every game is so vitally important as we continue to spread the game of basketball all over the world.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, BA. The Cavaliers have twin towers with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Allen said when Evan was first drafted, there were a lot of questions on whether two big men could work together in the modern NBA. At this point, I think we've proved to everybody they're wrong. It's all working out, and every single year it gets better. Guys?
Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. We've got 1:55 left to play in the third quarter. Pass to Sarr. McCollum taking his time here. And McCollum slams it in.
Well, that's what you love about C.J. McCollum. He is so good at finding a way to get to his spots.
A minute 37 left in the third quarter. Outside Hunter. And here's Mitchell. Koulibaly defending. Allen with a screen on Koulibaly. Throws it up high. Stolen by Sarr. Here's McCollum. And he lays it up and in.
Well, it looked like the defense was there for the challenge, but C.J. McCollum showing you his ability to fight through that.
And so now a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. So for Washington, Johnson, he's checked in for Sarr. And it's Carrington in for C.J. McCollum. And a new group getting ready for the Cavaliers. Nance, he's checked in for Allen. Wade comes in for Evan Mobley. Tyson, he's checked in for Hunter. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Darius Garland. Now here's Middleton. He's got 5. Outside Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Nance pulls down the board. The Cavaliers lead by 10. Outside Mitchell. Stolen by Koulibaly. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Carrington's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
You know, if his shot isn't available, Middleton is moving the ball, and he's a pretty skilled passer.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Cavaliers. They've led by as many as 14. Following this one, they get to host the Bulls. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. 4 seconds left. Oh! Mitchell taking no chances.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. More 2K action in just a moment. joined us. Let's see what this fourth period holds in store. They've got Kispert. C.J. McCollum is out there with Carlton Carrington. Then there's Johnson. And it's Champagnie at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. Now here's Johnson. And that one drops for him. Johnson's gotten his first basket of the night.
And I like the fact they didn't settle there. They worked for a higher percentage shot.
Now here's Ball. Mitchell finds Ball. Bryant a screen on McCollum. Clock at 6. Ball passes to Bryant. McCollum with a steal. Down low. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. Ball with it. McCollum covering. Pass to Wade. Right wing. McCollum against Ball. Tries it from 9. 5 on the clock. Oh, the shot is off. Wizards trail by 7. And here's Carrington. McCollum outside. And there's a pick. Puts up the tray. The free ball is down.
Wow, McCollum really flexing his range right there. Hurrying a 3 from well beyond the arc.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. A big group substitution here for Washington. Sarge checked in for Champagnie. Chris Middleton comes in for Kispert. George, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Bilal Coulibaly in for Carrington. And the Cavaliers will go for a different look here. Jared Allen, he's checked in for Bryant. Mobley comes in for Wade. Hunter's checked in for Tyson. And Darius Garland subbed in for Ball. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I did listen in on Kenny Atkinson's huddle. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
Okay, thanks, Allie.
And defenses can forget how good of a passer McCollum is.
And it's Garland with the ball for the Cavaliers. They've led by as many as 14. Here's Hunter from downtown. Knocks down the trifecta.
Well, this team relies on his scoring, and no shocker, he's done his part.
McCollum against Garland. Now McCollum. Bucket! Straight in!
Ready to cash in. I like when McCollum looks to mix it up like this.
The Cavaliers lead by 6. Outside Garland. Hunter on the wing. George defending. Unloads from 13 feet. Oh, it doesn't go.
Well, he usually brings rain from there, but not this time.
Now McCollum. Now George. It's stolen by Hunter. Here's Mitchell. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth. And now we've got an intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. Fires the 3. It's money from deep.
And normally Mitchell wants his shot head on, but you give him the corner and he will adapt.
Washington calls timeout. They're behind by 9. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
They're going to have to get up a quick shot and then foul immediately.
Here's McCollum. Buries it from outside.
Well, C.J. McCollum rising to the occasion. What a clutch performer.
And here comes Cleveland. 6-point game. George over to help. Here's Mobley. Outside Hunter. Now Allen. Left side, Garland. Now Mitchell. 6 on the shot clock. Now Garland. He nails it with the shot clock winding down.
Garland has clearly added some muscle over the years. He's looking more and more comfortable working through contact.
Trailing by 8. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. Their record is now 1-1 in this group round. And you know they're breathing a sigh of relief.
But that's only temporary. They're going to have to dig deep if they want to eventually hoist the NBA Cup.
And that about wraps it up. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.